Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the Odious Soul. So it's been a very long, hard, difficult week for me. Let me just tell you, like, it was a lot of work. But I wanted to bring you outside and show you some exciting things that have happened this week, which, I mean, exciting for me. I mean, started last weekend, then just got better. So there are some great things coming. One of the things I guess we'll show you first are the zinnias. We actually are starting to get some blooms and they still got some time to open up, but they're starting, which is just amazing. It's also been getting down into like the 40s at night. So the garden is still hanging on. Just turn around. Garden is still green, still hanging on. Lots of fall crops are doing great with the colder temperatures, and a lot of the summer crops like the peppers and tomatoes are still holding on. Oh my gosh, I really have to like keep an eye on the temps because I have so many peppers still on the plants. And actually, let me just show you how insane those butter stick squash, sorry, sunlight differences here. The butter stick squash are absolutely insane, and don't mind them, they're covered in like mildew right now, but just look at all of these. And I just pulled a couple off, one off this morning and a couple off last night. Like they are just going to town. So everything still looking halfway decent. I mean, the tomatoes, like the slicers are definitely puttering out, but keep pulling tomatoes off everything, and peppers, I mean, just can't keep up with them. The sunflowers are so pretty. And I mean, yeah, I don't want to see it go. I am so worried I'm going to come out here one day and it's all just going to be dead from frost. But the garden is not why I brought you guys outside. I wanted to show you something in the garage, which, like I said, super excited about. All right, guys, so this is what I wanted to show you. I know, you're like, that's just wood, right? It is just wood, but let me tell you something. So Facebook Marketplace is an amazing place to both sell and get things, and keep your eye on it. And, you know, so most of this wood, except for maybe a couple of the long pieces here and a couple of 2x4s I had, all of this, I got in my Mazda 3 car, okay? I can easily fit 8-foot pieces from like trunk to front seat, you know, by folding down back seat and the front seat. And I shoved my car full of wood. And then it was only like half of what they had on a trailer. And I was like, well, just how much for a carload of wood? And they were like, you're gonna fill your car with wood? I'm like, yes, I most certainly am. I'm gonna get everything in there that I possibly can. So then when I was done, they're like, well, if you want to come back. And I'm like, oh, it's tempting. So they messaged me and they said, well, you know, you still have that half a trailer. Do you want it? And I'm like, well, of course I want it. That's not the question. The question is do I have time? And I didn't. Work has been absolutely crazy. I've been working 10 plus hours a day. And yes, I get to work from home, but still, like, the other night I had a 7:30 phone screening with somebody, and I got on my laptop at 7:15, and next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock, and I did not plan on spending almost 3 hours in the evening on work. So that's kind of how my week's been. So anyway, they messaged me and they were like, do you want this? And I'm like, oh man, like, I just don't have time. I'm like, between work and then we're hosting my husband's family here tomorrow, which is Saturday. And I'm like, I'm not gonna have time. And they're moving, so that's why they needed to get rid of all this stuff. So I closed my Facebook Messenger app, and then I opened it back up and I was like, but if you were to offer to drive that trailer over to my house and just drop off the wood, I probably couldn't say no. So they showed up yesterday on my lunch break, and now I have even more wood to try to find a place for. Like, oh my gosh, like literally I'm like a kid in a candy store. And I know you guys are probably thinking I'm crazy because it's just wood. I got all of that wood over here, except for, like I said, the really long pieces, no, but all of this, I got this scrap right here, all that, and all of that for $55. Now, I've been to Lowe's several times this year for wood. I have done a lot of projects. I like doing projects and I don't like having to pay for projects. So if I can bulk buy just massive random things like this, it is going to pay off for me. I can make, I mean, there are some beautiful pieces. Like I have pieces of wood like that are 2-3 inches thick in here. I have like railings, like stairwell railing, like poles. Like there's a old hockey stick in this pile of wood. So like, I'm super excited because I know I'm gonna make some amazing stuff, and this stuff is just going to add to my creativity and give me something to do this winter when I don't have a garden to obsess over. So check out the opportunities that you can find. Like sometimes you get great deals, sometimes there's free things. Don't think because you don't have a truck yet that you can't sometimes overindulge and fit something in your car. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and stay tuned to see what kind of crazy things I decide to build and do with all this wood.